more traditional sense. And I want to remind my students that are here that nothing outside of class can go on the evaluation. Just quick reminder. Okay. So this poem is called Rehab. I've never been to Rehab, and it's not for people. A quick kiss and finger pointed every direction but in and sealed off. Pockets waited, it seems, and another eye to turn away from the center. Talk forward to say it's happening again, but not in the way you know from before. We're here again, and the old man once holding a spoon to her lips has joined her at the table. A place with a reputation that's worse than every other death grip. This next poem is called Couvade. Couvade syndrome is the condition in which men who are with women who are pregnant start to take on the symptoms of pregnancy. But I thought it sounded like sous vide, but you know, it was just a process of boiling things quickly. To unfeel is everything. In our atelier we build things, learn songs by heart, escape to anywhere we don't belong. Sympathy reigns on us fully. I never loved nobody with a foot hovering above. What is it to know pain as it seeps into the pavement and renews itself like a victim, not a curse? Like Tyler, a brushing of nausea, hatching. To be given the same bed and warm hand upon the head lends moment to mimicry, a way to sit and do nothing at all. From an unslept bed we wander around the house. This is a poem about a nightmare I once had, and I guess I was lazy, so I turned my typed up narrative about the dream into a poem. So it's called Nightmare for a Victorian House. Needless to say, while being unsaid, anyways, we're everything you thought you'd be, especially with jaundice coloring out the hallways of our dream mansion. Doesn't she look almost exactly like Laura Ingalls Wilder? She screamed Sister Ray in my face I was watching when she drowned. A typewriter out the window and keys like teeth falling to the curb. Everyone's been in the kitchen with her. This one's simply called A Painting because it's hard to title poems, right? Beneath a wave, but not drowning because of an international wonder-kin society. Some places are always reeling from disasters, parentheses. First person, third person, bootstrap. If standing against a wall is everyone's idea of heaven, we're always there again. Our terror was not knowing when to let the quiet win. This poem's called Judas, and it's about one of my favorite songs. If you recognize the name of the musician in it, maybe figure it out. So it's called Judas. Like Al Cooper did it, watching an evolution, one chord into a next, but belated somehow. Alone at a piano or gathered together in bands, it's best to get out of there and let the guy who knows what they're doing play. No one's watching the bass player, of course, but he's the one who would have known all along and been easy enough to follow. And this one's called Cold Opening, which, like a TV series, Cold Opening. How much I love TV. I spend more time thinking of your photo than I should. The dog to your right, petted. The bicycle above you hung. Your hair back and a white button top open just enough. Your purse may choke you, but I don't think it will. And either way, you'd never stop breathing because the photograph keeps quiet away. The gears are whirring, and I imagine the truck behind you has stopped just to see my view from behind. This one's called The Stranger, but not based on the Billy Joel, as far as I know. The fear of being seen when not present is tangible, at least. My favorite coma is the one that hasn't been seen yet. A taxable set of teeth is unbelievably hard to come by, since the old way of pulling weight was to stand nearby it. The affordability of heart attacks changes with the structure of veins across the skin, a pattern designed to bring terror. I'd be happy to know that these poems are shorter than I thought. I should mention that I have some great photos of Mark holding up a basketball goal that I don't know if I sent those to you. Did I send those to you? He's like walking around. Obviously it's pretty heavy, so he's like...
It doesn't sound like Mark.
I don't know where we found a basketball goal. Like just like lying on the ground, right? You remember that?
Oh, they're all over.
They're in the wild, the prawns. So 3 more poems. They're all short. This one's called Leaving by Midnight. Casting the latest prisoner on an island is believing a captured person is the saint that makes an island beg. The heroes of someone else's childhood are dying in bathtubs and on the floor between the bed and the other woman that came in after the first one left. Another stopping that begins again refreshed. I like the slit to fit around me and become somebody else's nerve, a body revolting. So in the process of being lazy about writing, and I stole a poem from myself from a manuscript that was falling apart, just absolutely going nowhere. But I like this one. So those poems were like blank era, so I just left this one generation era. If after each strange new heard thing you became a canvas, paint could be drained off a sky, cantilevered against a long time known blood in a borrowed heat. Notes are collecting against the gutter's edge and not being carried away. If after the next rage considered passive you become a wretched bolt, collected sad, my saint rinsed and rebrushed, bifurcated again and rebranded. So I guess in the last, I don't know, this is the last poem, but I'll milk it. In the last few years, I've become interested in ghost towns, like places where people are abandoned. So my wife Jennifer and I went to go visit one, but this isn't really about that. It just name checks the ghost town. It's called Polar Nettles. This ghost town. My hind legs are perverted too, and I know Campbelltown Road. It goes northwest of here. I feel a fever that is wasting between her knees. Oh, pull and push my dainty little fingers out of my mouth. This is one more song to not remember, the words to. Get coffee to the gym, and town square goes round and round. Thanks.